Great Scott! We watched another one of the 501 must-see movies, and this week we watched Back to the Future. I don't know why you're saying we. I'm assuming you watched it too, but you probably didn't. Let's just say I watched Back to the Future. Now, this is actually one of my sister's favorite movies. I never knew why. I don't know why. It came out in, I don't even remember what year in the 80s it came out. I could probably look it up, but I'm not going to. I was born in 84, my sister in 83. I think the movie came out either right before we were born or right at, like, we were babies for sure. And I know we watched it when we were kids, but rewatching it now, like, I didn't remember what happened, and I definitely wouldn't have understood the concepts as a child. So, I don't know, it's unexplainable why it's one of our favorite movies, but it is a really good movie. I was super entertained. And a fun fact about this movie is that the studio actually filmed it and the sequel at the same time, and it was the first time the studio had ever done that. And right at the end of this movie, there is a cliffhanger for the second movie, so it even made me want to watch the second movie. It is a really good movie, and we'll talk more about it in a few seconds. So this movie is actually super, super heavy, and there was a lot going on. So if you don't know, Michael J. Fox plays a teenage boy who is friends with a scientist, and something happens that makes him go back to the past, and it goes back to the day that his parents actually met. And he inadvertently interrupts his parents from meeting, which then he quickly realizes means when he goes back to the future, he won't exist, because if his parents never meet, then they can never make him, right? So he then spends the rest of the movie trying to get his parents to meet and to fall in love, but there's some complications because his mom actually develops a crush on him, which is super weird, but it's okay because the mom doesn't know it's her son, and Michael J. Fox's character, is appropriately weirded out by it, so, like, it's clear that it's not a thing that should happen, but it does get in the way of her having a crush on his father because she's preoccupied with him. So he has to navigate that. Plus there's Biff, who is the bully, who is bullying his father. He's trying to get his father to stand up to the bully, and there's kind of a sexual assault kind of rape scene with his mother. She doesn't actually get raped, but it's like an attempt, which would be really fucked up if you were a teenage boy to have that happen. Your mother has a crush on you, then there's a bully that's trying to, like, assault her, and you need to save her. Like, so much is going on. So I won't tell you if he gets Back to the Future, but what I will tell you is you should watch it. And Tom Wilson is the actor who plays Biff. And he, I guess, since Back to the Future is such a huge movie, he gets a lot of the same questions asked of him all the time because he plays his character in all three movies. I have heard you should only watch the first two, but it's up to you if you want to watch all three. So he plays his character Biff. And what he started doing, I guess, is he typed out all the answers to the most, like, a frequently asked questions page, basically. He types them up on a card, he carries the cards around, and if someone comes up to him and starts talking about Back to the Future, he just gives them this card. So someone posted the card on the internet, and I'm gonna read it to you. So, I'm Tom Wilson. I was in all three Back to the Future movies. Michael J. Fox is nice. I'm not in close contact with him. Christopher Lloyd is nice. He is a very shy man. This is so funny. Crispin Glover is unusual, but not as unusual as he sometimes presents himself. We get along nicely. I don't know who Crispin Glover is. Christopher Lloyd, of course, plays the scientist, and Michael J. Fox is Marty McFly, the main character. Lee Thompson is nice. Eric Stoltz originally played Marty, but was fired due to performance issues. The first movie was shot in 1984 and 85. The sequels were shot back to back, never before attempted by a movie studio. The hoverboards didn't really fly. We were hanging by wires from a crane. The manure was made of peat moss, cork, dirt, and a food agent that made it sticky. The DeLorean was an inferior automobile and nearly impossible for a person of normal size like myself to enter and exit. This is so funny. There are many tiny plot points hidden in the movie, but I don't know what they are. Among many Sorry, this is funny. I hope you find this entertaining. I lost myself. I don't know where they are. Among many improvisations on the set, I coined the term butthead as well as make like a tree and get out of here. The third movie was my favorite, since I got to learn Western skills like riding, roping, quick draw, and shooting a 6-shooter. A great adventure for a guy from Philadelphia. I hold my coworkers in the best light, but have no idea what any of them are doing right now. Steven Spielberg was the executive producer of the movie, but Robert Zemeckis directed it. Nobody had any idea that the movies would become a cultural touchstone, but the themes of friendship and adventure moved the audience so powerfully that I felt the need to create this postcard as a time saver. It was the first movie I acted in, if you don't count being killed in the kung fu movie Ninja Turtle. Love is more important than material possessions. I made less money than you think. I don't talk about the movies much because I'm busy with stand-up comedy and music performances. Those performances aren't near the magnitude of the movies, but I find them enjoyable and satisfying, so that's the area of my concentration. I've performed on The Tonight Show with both Johnny Carson and Jay Leno, but not at the same time. I'm pleased and proud of my acting credits listed on IMDb.com. I'm a painter as well. You can contact me at www.tomwilsonusa.com. Thank you and God bless you. I thought that was super cute. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you want to continue on this journey of the 501 must-see movies, like this video, subscribe to my channel. We'll have a new movie for you next week. Have a great day.